Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Thursday, the 6th of March. Disclaimer, it is for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own chance. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right, okay, yesterday I was talking about the possibility that we were forming flags, bear flags, on the hourly charts, and this looks like a triangle so far. Now, if this is going to be a classic triangle, then this is A, B, C, and this would be D at the moment, and then we'd ideally hit this trend line, but could do it from here. We'd do an E wave up, and then we'd go down and retest the low. This would be a possibility to set up a low. In terms of the news, I'm not really seeing a great deal that's good. I was looking yesterday in my post at the possibility that the possibility that had been floated that the tariffs on Canada might be coming off or heavily reduced. But I did mention that, of course, that would involve probably concessions from Canada, which might well not be forthcoming. Trump delayed the impact of the tariffs on the automakers for a month. Which was not, as a piece of good news, but a very small piece of good news. I don't think it's enough, and I think this is probably going to head down. We will see. But there is some positive divergence here, for sure. But I don't think I think the news is heavy. I don't think the positive divergence is probably enough, but we will see. In the meantime, I'd be leaning towards seeing a retest of yesterday's this position complete, and then probably a retest of yesterday's lows, and then an opportunity to go up. But there's not really much fundamental reason to think it would go up. All right, NQ, I'm leaning towards this being a flag as well. That might be starting to break down now. Again, it looks like a triangle. This would be A, B, C, D. That could be E, and it could be breaking down already. RTY looks like it's going to retest the low 2. YM looks like it's going to retest the low 2. We actually managed to make a higher high here, so this is a more traditional flag. On DAX and STX, not sure what's happening on these two. I mean, to be honest, I'm really a bit mystified by the whole DAX thing anyway over the last few months, because Germany's been in recession for a couple of years. But nonetheless, we've got a potential double top here. ESTX, less nice potential double top here. We've actually already had a double top which is broken down. It's the same double top, and we rejected almost back to the high, but not entirely. All right, let's have a look at the bigger picture charts. Okay, SPX, I was having a look at this yesterday after the close, and if we were going back to the trend line, we would have gone up another 60 points. We could still do that. We do have some positive divergence here. We've still got open hourly buy signals, which I'm doubtful about, but could deliver something. But and we've still got an RSI 5 buy signal brewing here. But the thing that happened yesterday that was interesting was that we actually fixed the RSI 5 buy signal, daily buy signal on the Qs. So we've got this on the Qs, we've got that on Dia, we've got our possible RSI 5 buy signals brewing on SPX and IWM. If we get some good news, we could deliver a big rally, but at the moment there's no sign of that good news. So my lean is down. Obviously, we've got big patterns which have broken down. On SPX, hang on, wait a second. I've got two double tops here, and the first double top has targets in the 56.95 to 57.10 area. And I'm thinking when we break down, we may well go and get those. That doesn't mean we won't see a rally afterwards, but it would make the first target on SPX. The second target being, of course, the larger double top with targets in the 53.60 to 54.40 area. I'm not seeing any compelling reason to think that we're not going to go down and get those targets straight away in the next couple of weeks. So we will see how that goes. On the Qs, obviously we've got a target down here in the 456 to 460 area. On Dow, we haven't yet broken down. A significant push down could break down this double top, but this is the only one of the topping patterns I posted 3 weeks ago. That hasn't broken down yet. And we will see how that goes. This all looks like short-term flags, nowhere more than on Dia. All right, let's have a look at IWM, where we've got on the daily chart, we've got obviously the head and shoulders that has broken down, and that's got a target in the 183 area. And again, not seeing much reason. This has been the weakest and started this downtrend significantly before any of the others. On the hourly chart, we've still got all of these RSI 14 buy signals. But as I said, in the absence of news, I'm skeptical as to whether these will deliver anything. I've not got anything compelling saying we're going to see a rise here. Looking at DAX, we've got both daily RSI 5 and RSI 14 sell signals fixed. We haven't seen really any action from those, so we may well do soon. This isn't the strongest pattern here, but I am wondering whether we've hit a significant resistance trend line and might be looking at a sizable retracement back to this support. Looking at Nikkei, this has been very weak. So we've been testing the 3SD lower bands. Often we would see a rally at this kind of level. I'm wondering, well, I'm thinking we might not do that here. We will see. But at the moment, the news is, the economic news is all bad. We've got a small trade war raging, and in a month, we're going to have a large trade war raging. It appears that the EU is targeted for tariffs starting in a month, India as well, and actually it might be a lot of other countries. So that's something interesting because obviously I've seen the comment that obviously the US economy is less exposed to trade than most. But the thing is, of course, everyone else would just be at trade war with the US. I don't think they'd be at trade war with each other, whereas the US has 24% of its economy based on exports, and I'm wondering if that might be taking a bit of a shrivel over the next few months. I wanted to mention something else as well. I mentioned Tesla yesterday. I also want to talk about NVIDIA. Let's just have a quick look at that. This is a bellwether stock, and I'm not saying that there's a general case for all of the techs tanking here, but I have to say the two very nice topping patterns I've got are on Tesla, and they're on NVIDIA. NVIDIA has got a nice looking double top. It's not as scary as the one on Tesla, but this is broken down with a target in the 100 area, and again, I'm thinking it's got a pretty good chance of making it. We will see, with big support down here in about the 90 area. I'm thinking that's probably going to make target. It might be as part of an overall bull flag, but nonetheless, that's significant further downside, and I'm watching that one as a potential indicator. Right, let's have a look at DX. Okay, looking at DX, we've got continuation down, but we do have 60-minute buy signal fixed, and on Euro, we've got a 60-minute sell signal fixed. I'm thinking we might see a bit of a rally. We're not seeing one so far on DX, but we may well see a decent rally here. Looking at ZB, I think this whole bear flag. It's a smaller bear flag than the well, we've got a big bull flag which is already broken up on TNX, which has got a target in the 49.97 area, and really, if inflation numbers are likely to be going up soon, which they are, then this would be the obvious time for this to break down. And I think we are looking at the topping process on TNX. I am wondering if we might go back and retest this high to make the second high of a double top, but really, I think the overall is likely to be down. CL, we've got a we had a move down to 65. This actually made this head and shoulder target. So that is already in the bag now. But I am thinking that we're probably going to see a move down to retest the low at 63.57, and that is an opportunity to have a double bottom. However, if we see a significant economic slowdown in coming months, then of course it might not be a double bottom, and we might see oil fall further. I am a bit surprised that OPEC opened the taps here, but if we see CL drop significantly, then I suspect they'll get closed again. NG, this has gone back and retested the high. We've got a possible double top here, but we've also got a very nice looking double bottom target in the 5.75 to 6.25 area, and it's a really attractive target from a Fibonacci basis, and I'm thinking that may well make target. We've also got, at the moment, the weather people are talking about a significant cold snap at the end of March, and that could give it a push as and when we get there. GC, the dollar has been dropping a lot, and that's bullish. That's bullish for metals. So I'm thinking we're seeing a bit of a pause here. We might see a little more as the dollar rallies, which it might do. But I think we're heading back into new all-time highs. SI, this looks like a flag which is broken up and is back testing. And I'm looking for a retest of the high here in the 35.55 area. that could be a topping area on my SI daily chart. I was having a look at it yesterday, but I'm expecting to see it, and then we'll see. HG is rather vulnerable to declines in GDP. And I have to say the GDP forecasts are not looking particularly promising. But in the meantime, I am thinking we'll retest the high here. That just could be, again, the second high of a double top. We will see. Looking at KC, I'm leaning towards seeing a retest of this high. We haven't seen it yet. We're seeing a bit of a pullback at the moment. We could, of course, be forming a larger flag, A, B, C, get us down to 355 mainly, but I'm very much leaning towards seeing a retest of this high, and that could be the side. That could be the second high of a big double top. And when we get there, SB. 60-minute buy signal is fixed. We've made some progress to the downside here, but I have to say, I'm looking at the bigger picture chart. I am wondering very much about a breakdown here. We've got, this is actually the right shoulder on a big head and shoulders, and I'm wondering if it might break down. CC, we saw a bit of a rally here. We've got a 6-minute buy signal fix here. Possible bottoming action. ZW went back and retested this low. This is actually a potential area for all of the grains to turn back up again. And we will see how that goes. On corn, this could be the second low of a double bottom on ZW. On corn, we've made target on the downside on the sell signals. We've got an IHS here which is broken up, and at the moment it's struggling, but we've got a 60-minute buy signal supporting it. We will see. On soy, we had a buy signal that's pretty much made target now. No really quality pattern here. I am wondering if this might be bottoming out. CT, I think the bull flag, the initial buy signal, which was making me think this might be a double bottom, has now failed. We're seeing a bit of a rally here, but the downside is open, and it may well go that way. Lumber, I'm thinking might be topping out here, and especially if we're seeing lumber going to. Well, I mean, I was seeing a report that NG might be going up because tariffs are being put on it. Lumber, of course, is getting tariffs too. And Canada supplies a lot of America's lumber. So I'm thinking this might possibly go up, but I think that's likely to reduce demand, and generally speaking, that would make it go down. On live cattle, we've got 60-minute buy signal has reached the possible near miss target. I am wondering about a possible low forming here. And lean hogs, 60-minute buy signal just about survived. We've broken over declining resistance, and I'm wondering about a possible IHS forming here. All right, let's have a quick look at questions, of which we've got none. All right, on a yes. On a yes and the others, I'm leaning towards seeing bear flags here, and I'm thinking we're going to see retest of these lows, and I'm thinking that might break significantly lower. Against that, we do have a lot of daily RSI 5 positive divergence. We've still got all those 60-minute buy signals, and we could see those deliver, but I'm thinking we're more likely to see those deliver if we see news. If we don't see news, then I'm not seeing much reason to not see this go down again. Obviously, on SPX, we are testing a very big level at the moment, which is the 200 DMA. Breaking conversion of that would look very significant. So I'll be watching very carefully to see if we see a breakdown from this level and might be starting to convert the 200 DMA to resistance. And that could open up the targets to make the larger topping pattern targets that we're watching on equity indices. All right, great. In that case, that's a wrap. My pleasure as always, guys, and I will catch you guys tomorrow morning.